ayaw ko ibandera. Maganda na kasi daw ang Boracay. And I saw the footages sa TV. And I hope that now that it's clean, it has been eradicated of the bacteria, the huge bacteria there. I hope that the local government, and of course with Roy Simato, who is there, I just talked to him, was asking me a moment ago if I'm going there. I said, no, I'm not. With your permission, yung speech ko. Kaawa naman yung gumawa nito. I've been president. This stuff works over time, really. So, I do not use former. President is a title that sticks to you until kingdom come. So His Excellency President Fidel V. Ramos and Madam Amelita Ming Ramos, Their Excellencies in the Diplomatic Corps, Education Secretary Leonor Briones and other members of the Cabinet, Senator Cynthia Villar, ma'am, and other members of the Senate are here. Ma'am, yung kandidato ko, ma'am, awa pa naman. UCCP Secretary General Bishop Melzar Labuntog, Chairman Pastor Keith Early, Cabral, and other members of the United Church of Christ in the Philippines, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to have been invited by President Ramos to give this keynote message on the launching of his book, Prosper Thy Neighbor. Indeed, we all want not only the Filipinos but our countrymen to be in a comfortable place. This is indeed another milestone in his brilliant and prolific writing career, and one that is surely to inspire all of us for a long time. Please stay around for another 100 years. We need you. This compilation of speeches, essays, anecdotes, and editorial underscores the role of a president as the skipper or captain of the Philippines, the one person who can unite in resolving pressing issues that we face as a nation. He also offers valuable insight on the role of the Philippines in achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, built on the core and principle of leaving no one behind. These goals target the eradication of poverty and the promotion of sustainable development across the world. Mr. President, I assure you that in this administration is exerting its efforts, ultimate efforts, even utmost, in making more progress to achieve these development goals, not just because it is mandated by the UN, but more importantly because it is for the good of the nation, the Republic of the Philippines. This is why we have made great strides, and we remain unrelenting in our efforts to address the root of causes of poverty and hunger, unemployment, corruption, criminality, dangerous drugs, endemic disease, environmental degradations, and climate change. So, tignan mo ang Boracay ngayon. Sabi nila bukas mag-inaugurate. I will go to Boracay, but I will go to distribute the lands given to the artists. Di ako masyado. I'm not into sumptuous celebration. But I will go to Boracay to personally distribute the land reform program certificates to the Lumaj, the natives. Binigay ko sa kanya yung entire, the whole of, kasi alam ko pag hindi maubos yan. And Boracay is just a small place. If you allow hotels and every subdivision there, it cannot. It's because a world-class, everybody wants to go there. And if you have a land, it cannot carry beyond its normal capacity in terms of environmental loads and burdens. So, hindi ako pupunta doon. But I'll go there someday to, I'm waiting for the Department of Agrarian Reforms to, well, para sa akin, mas importante yan. I am through with dramas and show-offs. I'm stuck with my term, and I do not have to go politicking. I might go there someday, but not just to... Ayaw ko ibandera. Maganda na kasi daw ang Boracay, and I saw the footages sa TV. And I hope that now that it's clean, it has been eradicated of the bacteria, the huge bacteria there. I hope that the local government, and of course with Roy Simato, who is there, I just talked to him, was asking me a moment ago if I'm going there. I said, no, I'm not. I'll go there for the land distribution of the land reform. The Philippines remains firm in preserving our diplomatic relations with our traditional allies and the international community as long as it is constant with our national interest. It is under this paradigm that we continue to do our part in global cooperation against the universal problems that plague our world today. Let me thank President Ramos again for his wisdom and for his inspiring thoughts conveyed to our people, especially our youth, to take part in achieving the international community's aspiration for lasting peace and sustainable development and a higher quality of life for all. He said, remember that it's not our fault really, even with the present, but we are trying. You know, at one time I was so exasperated in a command conference that I asked that if every major commanders of the armed forces, Navy, Army, sabi ko, tumindig lang kayong apat ngayon. You stand up to signify your willingness that I will step down, and I will step down. I offered to step down. Sabi, hindi ko kaya. No, corruption dito, tapos maasahan mo dito, pagdating mo, meron na naman na bago. It was a cabinet meeting, then after that, the command conference. Sabi ko, hindi ko kaya. Hindi ko kaya habulin. Hindi ko talaga kaya habulin. Every desk in this government, with a few exceptions, merong pag mag-transaction talaga. So I have to revise the procedure. Hindi naman tumindig ang military, pati pulis. Ibig sabihin na, sige, trabaho ka muna dyan. I will revise the entire, you know, my, I don't know if I have the time, but just a vignettes of life. My father was a governor of Davao, 12 years. But when President Marcos won, he got my father into the cabinet, general services. So my father was one of the two remaining nationalistas who did not jump over the fence. As the usual, ganun. Kung saan administrasyon, doon yan. But my father and I think it was Governor Ibarle of Zamboanga refused. So when President Marcos won, he got my father into the cabinet. His Excellency President Ramos, my favorite president, amongst all, including the incumbent. He was the chief Philippine constabulary at the time. But Ramos was very bright, because under the general services was the Bureau of Supply. Philippine politics, Philippine culture. Maaga nandyan. So, President Marcos said, go into some kind of canvassing. There is always the international pricing. Kung magbili ka ng tractor, tignan mo lang. And if it's a matter of 3 or 4%, commission yan, pati freight. Pero kung mag-abot na ang price difference, you compare it with the international pricing, and it's about 10 or 20%, that's corruption. So malaman ko nga, so I'm setting up that body. Will nothing but tingnan lang nila yung mga presyo sa lahat. Start with paper clips down to paper bonds, then to chains. Then I will decide who will. Titignan lang nila. Just checking, another checking. So I do not mean to, this is not a set up for, no. But rather just to call your attention that, medyo mataas yan.